My dearest Gabriel, August 13th was the day the world came crashing down. At 1:33 p.m., you were on your way back from Auburn, the last flight training to become a commercial pilot. We've been flying dozens of times. I don't know how this is any different. It was the day the world came crashing down, and you'd think you'd feel something when someone you love so much crashes out of existence. You should somehow know about that gaping hole that was just torn in your universe. You were my rock, my compass, my laughter, my unconditional love. You were complete acceptance I've never known. I've tried to put our friendship into words many times. It's something I may never understand, but I've never felt as connected to anyone as I had to you. But now, all I could feel was engulfing numb. You left me. You left me, but you left me not alone.
You taught me victory is sweet, even deep in the cheap seats.
You left your parents. I will never forget the call I made to your phone when your dad picked up and told me your plane had crashed. Or the sight of your mom on the front porch just sobbing that it couldn't be our Gabriel. They have welcomed me like a daughter. They've let me hold their hands and cry on their shoulders every step of the way. Your mom made me the most beautiful quilt out of your old t-shirts. I thought it was so perfect that I got your t-shirts because I still remember you telling me how only a few lucky people ever got to see them. But I knew you were letting me into your world.
In the hills when I was 10 years old, may my love reach you all. I can't explain.
You left me Stogie. Your bumbling, sometimes irritating as hell, but genuine and endearing roommate. I know you drove each other crazy, and now I really do understand why. But you could not have imagined how much he loved you. He wears his loyalty like a rainbow at a pride parade, loving everyone who meant anything to you with a ferocity that only he could. When I find that my own boat is sinking, and I'm struggling to stay afloat, I don't have to worry, because Stogie is my flippers. And even if we're only staying afloat, we're not going under. You left me with Gabe. You shared the same name, the same sense of humor, a love of guitar and a love of Conor Oberst, a love of the unexpected. When the two of you spoke, it was like you were speaking your own language to which only the two of you were privy. A labyrinth of inside jokes, obscure Seinfeld references, and Bright Eyes lyrics. You were the Sean to his Gus. To me, he became a brother and a best friend. We sat and stared out at the Pacific, where we drop your ashes from a plane almost a year later, hands clutched tight, waves crashing and rolling like the anger and grief and numbness within us. And we didn't know how we were going to get anywhere from here. But we didn't have much of a choice. 3 weeks after my world had been shattered, I moved 5,961 miles away from the only people I felt understood me, the people you'd left behind.
Just carry yourself back to me.
You never hated me for leaving too, so soon after you'd gone. And the bond between us grew that much deeper in the face of distance. I always described you and I as the compass in each other's lives. Wherever we went or whatever we were doing, we'd always come back to each other when we didn't know which way to go. When I was in Rome, I went to a tiny shop called Polvere di Tempo, the sands of time, and I bought him a compass and sealed it with a promise that what you were to me, I would try to be to him. He wears that compass around his neck every day. I wear my locket of you, strung with a heart-shaped key he gave me for Christmas. I carry your hearts with me. I carry them in my heart. But sometimes, I have to admit, the distance was unbearable. Here I was on my year abroad, what was supposed to be the best year of my life, surrounded by 38 other people who had no idea what had happened, who didn't know me, and whose excitement made me feel even more alienated because I just couldn't feel it. My heart was miles and years away. I was guarded, a hedgehog curled up tight, just trying to keep myself together, unsure of how I was ever going to feel that anyone could understand. Yet to my surprise, I found I had it easier than those I'd left at home. I was traveling the world, something that you had loved to do, going somewhere we'd planned to go together someday. Standing on top of the Austrian Alps, it looked awfully like we were flying, and I felt you with me. In Budapest, on your birthday, while your East Coast family spread your ashes in the Maine forest, where you'd wanted so badly to grow old, we walked the deserted streets at midnight, and the first snow began to fall. I could not help but think of Hundertwasser's words. Each raindrop is a kiss from heaven, and I knew you were there. In Prague, we went to the propaganda communist bar, and I drank a White Russian in your honor, and I could feel you smiling. When it did get to be too much, I'd walk alone to the park by the center, and swing as hard as I could, trying to fling myself into the sky to fly up to where you are. But as much as I felt that no one could understand, I hardly ever walked back from that park alone. Somehow, there was this group of people, all so very different, brought together not so much by misfortune, but by their strength in the face of it. We each lay ourselves open like a book, sharing our pain and our joys, our quirks and our insecurities, our needs and our terrible danglish, our pasts and our futures, each one making me feel valued and loved. Erin drops things for us in a heartbeat. She has compassion the size and strength of a freight train. She's always there to dry my tears, stroke my hair, hand me a bowl of cookie dough, and convince me it will be okay. Mel is the only one who could understand just how it feels to feel like you're alone in a constant crowd, or how some days it took all your effort just to keep moving. We couldn't often get out the words we needed to say, but when we held each other, we knew something very important was understood. Brenna somehow always knows what to say, and the beauty and truth in her words bridge gaps in your mind that moments before had seemed insurmountable. I often forget she never knew you. In her love for me, I feel you distinctly in a way I cannot explain, but I can tell you it fills me with hope. Mia, enigma though she is, disarms me with her thoughtful questions and her delight in the smallest things. She is a woman who has faced things unknown and laughed in their face. She wanted to smoke cigars in your honor. She's got your vote already. And Petra, much like you, is stubborn and arbitrary. She can always manage to either infuriate me or to make me smile in a way that in itself feels like home. Arriving in Salzburg, I'd built a fortress on a 9-hour flight. After a year, I couldn't remember what walls looked like. I know this letter is getting long. I have so many more things to say, a lifetime full of moments that I'll wish you were here by my side. But here's what I'm getting at. Thank you. Thank you for your existence, your friendship, and your life. It was extraordinary. The saddest moment of your funeral was the moment I realized all of the people who would never get a chance to meet you. Every day, I try to be you for those who never got that chance. Thank you for the incredible people you gathered around me, the ones who keep you alive in their hearts. Thank you for setting them aflame, and thank you for keeping them close to me. Lastly, thank you for my birthday present. It's a gift that gives over and over, given me comfort, borne me peace, and brought me hope. For whenever I miss you, or can't feel you near, I reach for my letter, scrawled in blue pen and worn from having been transported across 3 continents and countless time zones. The letter which assures me, no matter what happens in our futures, we will always be friends. A year and a half couldn't break our bond, and I know in my heart that 1,000 years would do no better. I've seen a lot of wonders in this world, from Cape Cod to Hong Kong to Vietnam. There's nothing more wondrous I've ever seen than the relationship we have and will continue to have. Thank you for being everything I never thought humanity could be. Thank you for saving my life, and thank you for being my friend. Gabe, though you're gone from this world, I feel your indelible presence in my heart. As you once told me, I'll miss you like MC Hammer misses the high life. You are always the kind of friend that no matter how long we are apart, we'd fit back together again like there was hardly a day in between. Until then, Lima Oscar Victor Echo, forever and always yours, Megan.